zamje vardu nunga yison gewala go. Oh, c'est une chose de la. Oh, c'est une carte de Jackie Tolle. Carte de YouTube na dama top de 第17期 就到眼头嘛第17报告上播，这里嘛你carte de je嘛录音。
Nguma lap chabati yanke logo sungin
哦，
be.
你嘛在老乡就是这两面的工作拢是过的了。YouTube na dama top 7，你工作7的。
Yeah. So Rinpoche is just going to quickly read the last section from last time, just reading it like along, because the Chinese community was kind of disconnected too early last time. So just a few minutes.
Ye dormo tang lekse bomje goro namo goro ro jisu Milarepa ni la tangpo chodo tebe yonda. Ye dormo tang lekse bomo lekse xie chaba samme ni yo ba te la zarma ne jen rang jisu jen ma da do ye dormo cha ne da ge xian kong ne chen la to ba tu je ce jisu zhu chi ba ma jung ju zen ne ma tu mo xian do be jisu xian ne yonda je ga nan che dung ga de chu zi ma ba ma to ba sim jian nam la yo ce da ra je na chi ka chu chi na ti zong go de zong zo kong zhuo bian ji gen de je ga nan qi chu yin ji zhe ma zi ye gu la yong hu ruo jian cu yang yang go ro me xie dung ga la ba la de wa ge je me da bi do je to ne dung ga zhuo ji tu ri ne de gua jie dung ga de le tan du na nge ju de gua bang na ji qi ge la ju ji na jie zong su ko na re da ji be dung ga me zhen wa da be zong wa xu be ren du go ro wang na yong da te ba jian ji be dung ga li za na gu xian fa dong qian mo de qia zang ni jian ge de ma ye ge de xiu na na nian mo tong ra tong ban ra sha qu zhe nang de xiu na me zang ye dian ji ba da le wen yuan wang ke lu yuan lang yuan yuan tu dung ga yong ci ge chen yang ge ma tu zhe lang ma bu dung ga yong da gu mo qu nie ra be lu ma le jian tu su yang lun ji me chang li chang ban zhe ma ye ge ne yong tong zhe na si me na zhe zhong ma zhe ma ye bang de lang zhe na qi yong zhe ye jie ban zhe me zang zhi ma qi ba双波八花玉完着，对别插花几把呢？红花松山几把着，不同的对九把呢？今年种种或者完着，几米从前马多呢？几别东儿种，七开古别他就的七口节呢，嘎尔巴七些他就在他帮着他就今那些些种种样可那的给别东啊。些种嘛学些别人就用那头的熊啥嘛给别东啊的咱那邻居给个，因为让邻居给个办给别东啊也是么长波路接路长波接别路过个天波下讲可把就那后接别这路过安波当嘛没讲这也那做我。我问可那边查的，那这那年纪，那我问可做查开，讲做讲季节中心，那样小日别当嘛都说，马别家的不这样才吸收回龙心头嘛，谁当年都讲说东阿的一起，东阿的一起帮先可点把些讲年看面级别和啥，级别做别和这当做最艰难的。说明些些真的么，那给米同学嘛同那给别顿，俺那上给别给那他就没准备我这理解，那米他都个他看我有人那边他就进那，些种素养课那的机器就打开套的话，他那边东啊些什么学别人头我那用到。就些见那边东啊的在那罗尼街大巴那宿舍一了，米帮的查去龙这边看对话查去的。南推后天对你上谁来接王波对没得莫呢讲这多忙中是那起别的嘛谁上不起讲看那多你谁把的讲没别啥过出吧就讲就别讲也不他这个那边东儿过的没么没把他个的我这两年我这两年那啥谁把个那没同学嘛多那边东儿东。那啥破别没些别都多，他就经常提接种种养活那人去看他就些应用的吧，七别东俺来做嘛学些别人的用的种说我那样的俺中间七别东俺的人不能进七八中没就也不能行吧，就不能开路上面把我那个几上面咱们六七上面开别路就住上面碰一去啥七上面那边有东西，那没法住，其他面也那咱那他那就平时这我那天安保局讲，他们去的偏头的别，毛包就叫不对不别，毛毛猪年猪皮别，他从去大当当啦，连买。 Te Uchinang Jube Na Uchinang Jube Na Barane Lula Xie Xie Che Ma Cha Lu Chu Me Ta Zang Ne Tan Lu La Le Sa Dang Gan Me Se La Le Dong Ar Wang Dong Bo La Le Se Dang No La Gong La Le Zo Xin Jie Ju Sem Se Ma Ma Yang Ji Bon Zhuo Shuo Sang Bu Yu Jiang Ju Zhuo Da Ji Be Lu Bo Sum Te Ne Pong Bo Jiang Tu Me Se Chu Chu Tong Tu Be Mi Ba Si Se Ko Ta Chu Te Si Wan Do Kang Aya Te Ba Jian Wu Chu Chi Be Nang Ba Ne Zhen Ne No Ro Ke Kang Na Yang Da Da Pen Ba Me Do Be San Na Jian Zu Ji Zhen Qian Bei Nian Jian Ta Guo Ren Ne Pen Ba Ge Jie Zhu Ta Mi Tam Qi Qie Bo Ran Tong Zan Na Zi Bei Dong Jian Zu Ji Qie Ten De Tu Xian Jiu Zan Tan Bei Ta Chu Ma La Wei Da Zai Pen Ba Yu Ma Yin Qi Li Men Ju Zang Ren Zhou Qi Ge Men Ce Zang Ren Zhou Xie Zong Su Yi Zhen Mo Chung Ko Ren Xiu Bi Chi Dam Ne Gong Bian Qi Ka Lam Na Xin Ba Re Chu Tu Tene Ta Zi Ca Song Tene Ta Ka Sang Zi Re Man Zhou Ba
Yeah.
Ta Ramding Nam Po Se Ti Guo Tri Do Ka Sang Zi Re ta Ramding Nam Po Se Ji Tang Lap Chi Le Wa Sa Cha Te Cha Pu Pe
So we continue with the next chapter then, which is about Ramding Sky Cave, and so this cave is in Lapchi.
Ramding Nam Po Gyo Se Namo Guru Ji Tsu Me La Deva Pa Di Rechumba Dang De Gong Re Pa La So Be Po Lo Ga Tang Ji Ramding Nam Po Na Hyo Be Su Rechumba Dang De Gong Re Pa Ni Na Ro Tang Me Chi Da Gom Le Chu Ben Do Len Ma Tu Ji Be Ji Tsu Ke Chi Ni Nun De Yong Le Ning Mo Chi He Zong De Zong So Sta Chi Ma Lo Shan Te Re Zi Sa
So it says Namo Guru and the Jetsun Milarepa, along with Rechumba, Drupon Rinchen and a few other disciples, was staying at Ramding Sky Cave. Rechumba and Drupon Rinchen had much discussion about the view of meditation of Naropa and Maitripa. The Jetsun said to them, "Listen to my song and then continue your discussion." Then he sang this song of realization.
Nyam Gabo Tani Chibaji Jetin Lama Tsu Jian Chimi Do Para Jutana Chudong Chongkom Jian Jie Dongkom Ni Nian Nang De Machuna Gujie Chiba Gajalin Long Zhong Dong Nang Chuban De Taje Daba Mezena Long Ren Jeba Jian Tu Nam To Chu Gu Tenba La Rang Jong Gomba Me Jere Me Ze Ram Nyam Yong Jere Wa Jian Tu Ji Tsuru Rang Sa Taba La Ranyong Joba Mezena Tu Su Jere Jian Tu Ji De Song Nyam Yong Jiba La Nian Ju Dama Mezena Wa Jian Jere Jian Tu Ji Tongni Ze Nang Jiba La Sanam Jere Mezera Sanam Mazer Lam Da Dang Jere Jian Tu Ji Rang Sim Se San Chor Ba La Ce Je Sang Ji Mezen Gu Ji Jore Ba Jian Tu Ji Long Re Men Ga Den Ban De Jun Lian Lama Mezer Ba Tu Jian Jere Ba Jian Tu Ji Tian Lian Ning Ge Che Wa Te No Lian Lama Mezer Mo Hun Jere Ba Jian Tu Li Sim Da La Sim Ta Da Be Chu Ba Yin Gong Ba Nyam Su Lian Ba Yin Jiu Ban Ta Ren Dong Ba Mo Tu Gu Ye Ji Ba Da Yin Di Bu Sim Su Do Ba Yin Ti Je Tu Do Ba Yin Anti God that's it.
So then this is the song. What a delight. Being free of conventional terms is so joyful. The kind Lord Guru sits at my crown. Realization inseparable from his continually dawns in my mind. You two teacher meditators who engage in analysis. If your words don't come from your inner understanding, you are just making noise and inflating your pride. Cutting imputations from within, is that not called the view free of extremes? Using scripture and reasoning is a great ornament to that. Concepts dissolving into Dharmakaya, is that not called self-arisen meditation? Connecting it with experience is a great ornament to that. Purifying the 6 collections in their own state, is that not called the conduct of equal taste? Connecting it with the proper time is a great ornament to that. The arising of the experience of bliss emptiness, is that not the point of the whispered lineage instructions? Connecting it with the 4 Abhishekas is a great ornament to that. Differentiating clear appearance and emptiness, is that not called the stages of the path? Connecting it with the path's signs is a great ornament to that. Carrying one's mind to the point of its exhaustion, is that not called Buddhahood in one life? Connecting it with the 4 kayas is a great ornament to that. One who has scriptural logic and the Upanishads. Is that not called the guru who holds the lineage? Being connected with compassion is the guru's great ornament. Faithful ones who have great compassion, are those not called students who are suitable vessels? Connecting them with devotion is a great ornament to that. One gains resolution about the mind through the view. Meditation then takes this and brings it to experience. Through conduct, one brings it to completion. Its actualization is the 4 kayas. The result is asserted in terms of mind. Realization is seeing it all come down to one thing. So,
다 지지만에 대해서도 되는 것도 정도 초래스 어드네 좀비 군 정도 초반적으로 양 지축계레총 지주지레총발라 냥이네 초진난다고 저는 거는 좀소스 냥이 초나 지나단다서 거래 정도 하래 총게 지축
and so then everyone's doubts were completely cut. And then Milarepa said to Rechumba, if you want the very essence of Dharma, this is what you need. And then he sang the song of realization.
렌지후로 손용다 추냠선nem바 대다고 연대 참치 지바 투섬 상제 라마 초크랑도 예신요 로랑게 예수탐 레청와 예네 좀베 담아 동안 좀베 맨초야 도세랑도 이제고 로랑게 예수탐 레청바 라멘제초 남타세 모중천란 로바라 도크랑도 이제고 로랑게 예수탐 레 셈마자 고된 남포데 제장지미 예차 쳔바이미 이제고 로랑게 예수탐 레청와 녀모통에 녀모통소 발람데 신타메의 세반 팅마미바 이제 로랑게 예수 남함사의 대바트 남자투기엔 저도 쿠르바이데미 이제고 로랑게 예수 담레총 란두지 초남 탐지 메타남게 로탄 밥주탄나 보자시 제라롱미 이제고 로랑게 예수 담레총바 녜파라 녜랑 지체고베 메도 체제메도 지와는 지미 접라 이제고 로랑게 예수 담레총바 사 담마로샤나야나 다사 추지 냠냐치는 거진도
And so this is the song, awareness holding disciples son, listen here. If you want to practice Dharma, this is what you need. The embodiment of the Buddhas of the 3 times, the guru who develops all qualities, you must have confidence, is the Dharmakaya. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? The instructions spoken from the guru's mouth are the supreme medicine for vanquishing the 5 poisons. You must have confidence that they are Amrita. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? With the liberating, wrathful, enlightened activity that is part of the guru's conduct, you must have confidence the guru is Nirmanakaya. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? These thoughts and memories that move in the mind, though they appear to arise, they are unarisen and free of base or root. You must have confidence in undistracted mindfulness. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? The ocean waves of the poisons and ignorance are like a rope tying wood that's consumed by fire. You must have confidence that there is nothing that binds you. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? The bliss of the devas in the desire realm is like the change of the 4 different seasons. You must have confidence that samsara has no comfort. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? All composite phenomena are impermanent, like lightning in the sky, like a waterfall or burning incense. You must have confidence that this life has no leisure. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba? It is certain that everyone will die. Since no one remains and all pass away, you must have confidence in attaining deathlessness. Do you have certainty in this, Rechumba?
전에 다 지수 시에서 플롭 남지 이게 사과리 되는 야남께 야만 남지 레총촌에 대한 총회 지수 견다와 체가 체화도 가나서 어떠냐면 야마도 지수 레총나 촌에 전에 슈레 나와 체가스 지수 공부나레스 남도
And so then after some time, then the students of Nyanang invited Rechumba to come and receive some offerings, and Milarepa gave him permission to go there for half a month.
Then Jetsun Daba Repa Namje Domala Sons, Repa Himba to such a Himba Roses. Then this is on Kuchu La so this is a Kuchu set to the Chink Yonda, Cheese as such a Yonda, Yama Mountain Jechum, Jitu Chelo, Luban Dobik, Yamanam Jechon Dromabo. This is Chine, Gula Nazatone, and Zombie, Yamanam, Jitula Chelo, Luberton Bandela, Jikanki, Langosa Chipik, Basan Tomlin, Tujicheva, Jitu Chibor Goji, and Gonzon Sos. Oda Jitu Cheese as such a Loma Tantan, this is the Kuchu select to Kaji, only Jitunji. This is Jitun Naza Namza made you ten conto than water not in draw for Maris. Then this is the Jitun Naza con Gelanti, not on Dixon, the Nazamin Yawomandos. What I that's a huge is the Jitu Namza Maju, the Alant, yes, on Doha.
And so then the other disciples went somewhere else, and then in the meantime, some students and benefactors came from Drin. There was Teze and Pujuk and other benefactors and students who came from Drin to meet Milarepa. But then so when they saw Milarepa and they saw him there really very loosely dressed, and they felt quite embarrassed. And so when they came close to him, first they said, we are so shocked, Dorjee people are so shocked, and we are embarrassed to see you exposed like that. And out of compassion, could you please cover your private parts? And then Milarepa just ripped off all his clothes and he became completely naked. And then he stood up and sang this song of realization.
Dada may you them then around on the G, then the Jeton and the Yender Ganke Gene, Tachu, Tonton Yen, Machu Ganke Gene, Chico Chum them there, Yuan Ganke Gene, Datu Yanse, Fido Ganke Gene, the Metanabo, Jang Chimse Ganke Gene, the Bomi Yomi did it, Shesa Ganke Gene, Chico Hwang, Whatsa Ganke Gene, Semla Kanju Gene, Basang Ganke Gene, Dula Pumo Papa, Konsong Ganke Gene, Meto Gongo, Namto Ganke Gene. The was a Sunjo Gongon Druba Gankajine, Teta Jeba Juni, the Nature Churo in Yam Jetan, Nasunzin to Batrova, Chiyuka, Marian, Larjuma Jela Chancho, Mechuji Lacho Gamo, the Najipur Wanya Diba, Mosa Sota Chamba, Mozana Sota, Chamachi, Nejumen was a Joba Meshes source. What that you took Jetan? Mature Sen, the Rabanji Chuji in the one that Tigano UK, Nam taught to some GCs and was at the GCs, or Mozart and Jetonina, the Melon Go Cordon Yard, Juno Yard, the Zomo Sayaris, or the Zoma, Joma, Machu Badi, the letter, then Mozaya Mares, Joma Sunga Chi, me in the long water.
And so then in this song, the Milarepa and says, so to summarize the song, I've totally forgotten everything ordinary, all ordinary concepts. And so to me, there is nothing that is embarrassing. I've naturally forgotten about embarrassment, and I've there's in the uncontrived mind that is without any elaborations, there is nothing to be embarrassed about. I don't know how to do contrived conduct. So.
Oh, tene, ta konto di loma to ze nyen ko ra tenju pune ten ro si sene Rechumba de nyamare chemte share mare madi rong yu ren to go re ji su chong tong wen nam go ne ne do bi yu ren go ra to ma ne ba yin zam de yang de pulos de lao xiang.
And so then all the students showed him great respect, and then they left. And meanwhile, although Rechumba had spent only a day at each of the villagers' houses, he had been gone for quite a long time. When he came back to see the Jetsun, the entryway to the cave was closed. Rechumba thought, is he unhappy with me because I spent too long? Then he offered his guru this song.
Tamcho Numa Sati Chuna Numa Man Zopa Chimbo Chori Chuna Zochame Chaza Chimbo Gauro Chuna Chachame Nyam Deva Chimbo Zeda Chuna Dechame Uma Chimbo Mozon Chuna Uma Me Da Rechung Jan Kam Go Tundo Paji Sukun Kam Jede Shows that Dordun that Rechung Sacha Chimba Bundo Jinsta Jisu Chambo Devo shows or to do the young Gosland or Rechung.
So then, so Rechumba then sang the song. So he says, so I Rechumba, I traveled around in town, and so he's asking Milarepa if he's happy and well.
Oh, then Jisuke Namgo then Gorma Samni Shimbe Sanjime Lam Saloni le Nyorba Lama Goncho Somne Nyambami Dan Yam de Soni le Samami Ti Lama Jile Chima then Roba Yonji Mano Namse Neshe Jula Tosi Rangla Niba Jube Dama Teba Ransem Rankesemne Tafsuna Yeche Trota Tela Chamba Jula Jeza Ninje Semjan Ninje Simbai Lama Sanje Sunzana Chanama Ken Jowa Sunde Sekan Gazona Tonkova Samna Chosu Algonjurko Yansuda, Rechung, Concom Deva, Parganga, Demo is, and Jitsun got the law and they wanted to.
So then Jetsun sang the song of realization from atop the cave entrance. Apart from mind, there is no Buddha. There is no quicker path than the nadis and pranas. There is no other friend than the three precious refuges. There is no more excellent experience than bliss and emptiness. There is no one kinder than the genuine Lord. Beings should take him to their crown and put into practice the unerring instructions. This is how to develop certainty in your being. If you gain realization within yourself, then the lineage instructions have been received. When you have determined your own mind, signs of experience and confidence will quickly arise. When loving kindness has arisen in the mind, the sentient beings are accepted with compassion. When one sees the Buddha Guru, blessings are naturally received. I've put a few lines together here. If you understand the meaning, there is Dharma there. If you didn't understand, it's just a little ditty. Son Rechumba, are you well? The old father here is feeling quite fine.
She zone Namgo Chide, now to lapse. Taring Nigure Chibayin, large Tadon Churan Chuji, Nama Chimbondobi, Ponder the two gone sounds on and gone to some source. The Laukana.
And so with that, he opened the cave and they went inside. And he said, I was just kidding around just now, but I can see that you still have great attachment to the 8 worldly concerns. You must abandon them and meditate in the mountains. Then he sang this song of realization.
Rechu Simbara Chinjelo, Chukarba Jenje Rechon, San Ambodan La Londelu, Simnerin Zidu, Nebekati, Majanze, Chena Danda Zonan, Lametron to Gumdus, Soso Kalam, Majanze, Chena Jong and Manto in Jumbo Don Madondus, Dori, Sonjo Majanze, Chena Ran in Jumbo, Yimi, Zamtan Gumdus, Tropon Change, Majiz, Chena, Cheto Gajorpon, Gatop Niru, Chedus, Shachan Shimto, Maji, Chena Yeda Nesu, Neju Tamna Gumdus, Shendo Lamir Maji, Chena. Lohinam Ember to do Rodu Chera Maji Chena Yingan Theatre down Niruchi Lachung Go to Dogor Kurbe Dongarabo Monam Jebe Pulon Paye Topa Ever Nancy Chuko Topara Ye Yamla Zobar Jez on Rechung Sana upon the chance in this. Or Tayan Rechung Dor doing Gordon China say Dixon Chuji to Monday City Chan the Yabo Marian Dola some words. So Bang couldn't don't have door.
And so in this song, Milarepa tells Rechumba, you should abandon your attachment to the 8 worldly concerns. Don't think about those 8 worldly concerns.
The Rechung the port is going to port, the chance in it, and was Palaris, Huris, Puris.
And so then this song touched him deeply, and Rechumba prostrated to the Jetsun, and then he offered this song to him.
Oh, then Lamegadi, Palamegadi, Tajuji, something mentioned Mat, payu bon gabe payu jabdo nian jin we dong sam tadong do che senor zo ko som jo senna dan dikso tu chen mi ga top tang jun ne cha la gong sen zong jo shen dong ma cai zong do je ne chup so mo sang ji tom ne nian ju dang wa gom ne yin mi gong ba ren ji do xiong do xie tadong do chi je xiap to chi ba zhom ne se je sang je xiong ne zhe chu ne su yong cha ji chalo chilo che tadong du je me chu mo ga ri hu na wang jo ba qin ji lo so wa ta re chung ji na qin na da zhen ji xian xia ba ti sama lo dang ce qi de zhen yin na ta rong zhen ji xian na wa ti ma bo yong xin do sta wa zhen yin du da re chu re chung na wang pan jo ne ji zu ki lo pa ji wa ko ji li ko na ma lam dong ta xue sa.
And so then Rechumba said in response in his song that so generally he had given up the all mundane activities, but then still mundane appearances manifest. So he's praying to Milarepa, so grant your blessings that all of these thoughts may be transformed.
Tendo den ji tu ke Rechumba xie da mang bo nam ne tu chi che ba chung so den Rechung zu nyam nan ti zi kompan ro ya pian res ji tu yap se nyang nang chapo su jian chang so den ne tere pa nyang nang chapo le pe den ren shu ta pe res ram ding go ros.
And so then after this, practicing this, Rechumba's realization increased greatly. And then Milarepa and his son Rechumba were invited to the belly cave by the people of Nyanang. And so this is the story of Ramding Sky Cave.
Oh, tene ta Rechung uyu of course. Ta Rechung te uyu shan na ta jitang jitu Milarepa shuksa ta hema le re ju wa sha. Ta Rechung ma zang wo chang ju le ma zai pe ro wa ti ko tres.
The next song is Rechumba. And so then the next song is Rechumba's departure for central Tibet. And so during this time, Milarepa was mainly staying in the Himalayan region. So Rechumba departed to central Tibet from there. He actually went twice, and this was his first time.
Namon Gurus, Jisu Milarepa, Yana to Shobe, Yonda Namji, Chapo, Posom Soba, Jisu Chopo, Na Rechum, Pupa Komala, Shobe, Lama Yedan, Kanro Rechunke, Tuju, Nanamke, Da Gune, Jisu Soba, Jisu, Namtar Song Sos, Watika Lata, Lama Yedan, Kanro, Tuju Gune, Rechunga, Jisu Namtar Song Rose, Namtar Series on the yes.
And so during that time, when Rechumba was staying in the upper cave, the belly cave, the Guru Yidam and the Dakinis came to Rechumba and they exhorted him to request Milarepa to tell his life story.
Tene Rechumba, which Chombe to do Chapo, Yobe Kara, Yama Gashaki Yapse, Yabe Jan, say Jagarson Korwala, Chepant Pass and Yama Shomba Namju. Rechung to Chung to Gamba Nam Jisu Chung to Robe, two Nam Kitina, Jisu, Yapsi Chung to Yamanam, Yankor Butu Chung, Rechumba, Yankor Sambo Chung, Jitula, Yankor Jungsi, the Majung, Rechung to Gola, Malan, that's some Yonwala, one Dobe, Jisulan, Debe Sama, Chung Yobe, Jisu Chung to Sonde, Jisula, Tanen Yankor Sambo Chung, Labe Wokorke, Yankor Ketone, Repanam, Sonkorke, Chala, Sam, Shube. He Nigar Yambe was long shores on the Lambic, Shari Soji, and Changucho, Zamba two some Jan Dobik, Rechung Simple to Chong, two them, told some like Yaman, then on Chilo, Lama Sanji, Dida Hapu Hobaji, Yankor, Medoron, Yankor Lopachi, Yongedo, not Lamia Chong to Dina, the rich Obayo, Dama Gunsoba, Chapo, Semba Chizamde, Tayu to De Urena. La make it from the Chaptman or Shamdan Rovando, and those bears, or that is Rechung to Emma, Tama Ul Rondo Chimbo Yores. Teneji Mela Yana Chapo show, Rechung to Tokati show your race, take your deal. Tene, that Yonda okay. That Jisu Yapsini Rechung Yares, Rechung Kersen Jagalson, left the race, and that Bugando, the Manchester, Rechung Pu, the Jisun Bunya Shiraja Yosamarwa. Tenderchi, Tenima Rechum, young Ambu among the Rudo. Rechum Jitnir Mansa, Jitsukundu Sondi. That's the name Mujong say, Mambos Boom, not to repat Saman say, Sonkorn the Puna, Narani Pocosi, the Jitsukiyas has allowed Tell a do Tenem. Paranga Parkata, you said there is still a Rechum, they did be missing young man or Mariste. What a meduta? Tang Yakilama, Sanjay Tabende, Hab Hogaji Tokumatin, Negorno, Lopana, Chiungo, Tandradina, Chatomando, Shamdamando, Simando, Tangama, Wildogo, Zanta, a show and put Sundwa.
So the Rechumba had a really strong wish to travel to central Tibet. And so he was still staying in the Nyanang Valley Cave where Milarepa was staying. And so since he was going to travel, so some students came and they actually said that the son, so Rechumba, is superior to the father, Milarepa, because he has gone to India. And so then many of the students made many more offerings to Rechumba more than to Milarepa. So the students came to offer their respect to both of them, but actually made more offerings to Rechumba than they did to Milarepa. And then Rechumba thought, if I have received this much, and surely Milarepa has received even more. So then he went to see, he went to Milarepa, and so he said, Jetsun, have you received many offerings today? Between the offerings received by both of us, it would be good if we hold the Gana chakra for all of the Repas. And then Milarepa said, very well. And then Rechumba saw that Milarepa only had very few offerings. And so then he returned to his cave and thought to himself, is this how the students act? The guru is like the Buddha, and he was very upset about this, and he thought that if I stay around, and not only will I be of no service, it will also be an embarrassment, and therefore I will ask Milarepa's permission to leave.
Oh, then Shivan Butu, Ro, Yamnamo, the Jitsuke Chonto, Jitsu upon Sam Dobe, Megom Repa, Mene, Dobeke, Rechumbe, Togon, Lamande. Randong Choku Moto Chodan, Shandong Chachu, Shandong Chochu and Chinzina, Zamba, Jitsuki, Chiande, Jonam in Gordon Source, or the Rechung Assetara, Sondu Jitsu need those, go Tomni, the Azarwasha, Jitsu, General Nelama, Randong Chok or Shandong as a Katon the region, Chin Yabon, the Hosam, the Jitsuk, Chianding Gordon Res.
And so then in the next day, all in the morning, he went to see Milarepa to get his permission. And then at the cave, Milarepa was there lying down, rubbing his head. And Rechumba thought, if my guru here has actualized the Dharmakaya, and yet sometimes he acts with conduct that seems strange to others. And Milarepa knew what Rechumba was thinking, and therefore he sang this next song of realization on the four modes of conduct.
Oh, then that's a sort of Honyon region, you Pargan Milarepa, Renga Nishin Gomzan, Demo was in Chervet, Mangala Yote, Shanami, Gunjan, the Darjona Gavala, Pargan Milarepa, Renga Sashin, Sashin Gomzan, Sadun Sonkorshebe, Dama, Mangala Yote, Gunjan, the Darjona, Pargan Milarepa, Renga Rochin, Gomzan, Gorwashibe, Dama, Mangala Yote, Shanam, Gunjan, the Darjona Gavala, Pargan Milaregan, Renga Juyan, Jonam Jujin Gomzan, Jonam Chuni Shibe, Dama, Mangala Yote, Gunjan, the Darjona Gabal, very chung, Yan Tedar Yamsuno, Megom Yanla, Josa Gor, starting Gort Mazon Kanan.
So this is the song, San Rechumba. Now please listen. I, your old father Milarepa, sometimes I sleep, and while I sleep, I meditate. When I meditate, while I'm lying down, I have the instruction of ignorance dawning as luminosity. This is something I have, but no one else does. If everyone had this, I would be very pleased. I, your old father Milarepa, sometimes I eat, and while I eat, I meditate. When I meditate while I'm eating, I have the key instruction for seeing food and drink as Agana chakra. This is something I have, but no one else does. If everyone had this, I would be very pleased. I, your old father Milarepa, sometimes I walk, and while I walk, I meditate. When I meditate while I walk, I have the key instruction for seeing walking as circumambulation. This is something I have, but no one else does. If everyone had this, I would be very pleased. I, the old father Milarepa, sometimes I act, and while acting, I meditate. When I meditate while doing the action, I have the key instruction for liberating action into dharmata. This is something I have, but no one else does. If everyone had this, I would be very pleased. Son Rechumba, you too should practice like this. Megum, get up and boil up some gruel.
Xie Rechung, Xie Zongbe Rechumbe Ucho Lan Drobe, Yunsen Mantu, Junsen Tang Jeba Mantu, Puyen Tar, Gonde Pulos, Dajan Kam Chomi, Gorbat, Chunkolasa, Dabat, Chuyanam Ninjeva, Beji Zami, Dabat, Yuri Chamdu, Gorbat, Mango Densa, Dabat, Nyartan Loro, Dawa Nyartan Loro Zenta, Jima Rechunkolan, Rodon Jansa, such a Tiki, Nyarset, Loro set, sort of. Dabat, Runum Dum, Chibana, Jijang Utun Drova Shoes. Rechung Jitu when you tang I wouldn't do Mambo Shure, Sin Joel Tangos Land, but my lawyer.
And so then Rechumba, so he gave many reasons, and he asked Milarepa for permission to go to central Tibet. And then he offered this song of realization. I wish to roam the countryside with no fixed direction, and to go and circumambulate holy Lhasa, to encounter the two Jowo statues in person, to see the glorious Samaya monastery, to circumambulate the Yoro Chatok temple, to go and see the great seat of Marngok, to go and see both Loro and Nyal. So Nyal actually was Loro and Nyal was the place where later Rechumba settled down also and benefited others. And then he said, and beg for alms in the practice of equal taste. I beg you, I must go to U, which is central Tibet.
Oh, then the Jisu Hube Jisu Shen, Hochu, Duja, Ula Yojan, Dove Tula Maba, Lameka, Machabara, Melon de Yonzon, Tamcho Zanga, Gaje, Namda, Gujaji, Baby Sanje, Mazoja, Genjo Marve, Shalan, Good Rendraki, Nima, Duchepar Genje, Seji, Beset, Najor. Shepa demo the Meshanima, Ozercha, Marjanake, Tumari, Hurechung Serve, Libochu, Setiki Conto, Mezechu, Tata Chana, Anachen, Tamayan on board, to Melonia Chetala, Namargan, the hangers, Emma Retro, reduce, Jankam Chomi, Jelapia, Lama Sanji, Gundus, Chunkor Gorba, Chunkor Tase, Jelapia, Demo Samso, W, Chambro Demo, Jelapian, Rodon on the Chodus. Manwa then say Jelap, Ninju Dama, Gundu Yata Loro, Jelap, and Ransan Dana, Chandro Gorba Jelpian, or that Jituk Mandro, to get out of Kadu chance, Tata Chan, the Kaduris. Jeton Tatan, Yamna Chibi, that has that the Chandro got in Royce, Lapson, or to the con, a Pangamare, Stank, Chalanga, Kayabonia, Tadodo, Slando. Tadan, Jeton Chona Ulin, Rodon, Loya, to so Levio, Maria Stata.
And so then Milarepa then said to Rechumba, don't go to central Tibet. It's not the right time for you to go. Do not go against what the guru says. And so he sang this song of realization, saying that basically all these places he wants to visit, like Lhasa and Mangok and so on, going there will be of not much benefit. Now is not the time. Now is not the time to go to central Tibet. Now you should stay here.
Tene Rechung Cuba Nanji Pun going to the Kanto Senge, Kanmo, Ronto Mawa, Kanto Senge, Ronto Mawa, Kanto Song, Jala Ronto, Habana, Yuri Madosam, Yuri Wampi, Kanto Song, Yuri Wampi, Kanto, Lame, Tare Lame Galano, Chato Chajar Gopo, the Kyoto Mawa, Chato Song, Jala Kyoto, Habana, Yodonyam Mado, Yodan Wampi, Chato Song, Dene Tare. lama ga la no na so da go chamo santa ma ba na so de ja la na santa ra ba na chansom nyam je ma do ba chansom mo je na so de tare la me ga la so so nyam mo zan me so da go hin so da ma go so chi song ja lan so da go ban to la to je ma do so zan me mo pin so da de la me tare la me ga la no hu je chung do je cha hua ju jan kam man de re chu so ja la jan kam jen ba nyam to de je ma do nyam to中心日来的，这里那么干了，牛是，我他基础这种同学啊，毛不会的，基础讲过的这种的，实际上，这样他，这样多他讲看这种这样呢，满这样多学，可是讲看这种这样的，年头是了，老板用的是他年头也或者用呢，年年轻的，那么干用他才是出多学中多。
And so Rechumba continued to insist and offer requests to Milarepa, and then Milarepa sang a song of realization. And so in brief, he said, do you not fear that your experience and realization will become obscured if you go and roam the country? Sustain your experience and realization and stay here in the mountains.
这呢，热衷的那么中途地域人呢，协作们着，乡镇着办都，年头我们就讲看着这样的部落，我在热衷那么协中地域人不地呢，协作着什么，乡镇着啥的，我他年头发作我们就讲看先办着的，送许多。
And then Rechumba said, if I stay around my guru, I will not be of service to him. I will only be an embarrassment. Therefore, I ask you to let me travel the country and display my experience and realizations. And then he offered the same in melody.
Lama Jetsun Yanzong的康头身边干嘛的康头松了，用来门口有日流波节对面，热衷么都污染着，那么个他的那么个那些，差不多家家的国破的，南方他不么就有着来讲。确定面，热衷么都污染着，他的那么个了，那些节大个什么，那时候用了门口长中的波节对面，热衷么都污染着，他的那么个那些。所有年嘛，生命，所在用来门这生命这个阶段面，热衷门着，不然特别那么个人，肯定热衷多长的，讲他们用来门着，年头上波阶段面，热衷门着不然，特别那么个那些，我的我热衷可能那的，讲看嘛，门着紧，是那样的，讲看嘛，那年头这个嘛，是那着紧，个那罗起，是那个特别多个。
And so he sang this song, his request in melody, and so he insisted basically. He said that Rechumba won't stay. I will go to central Tibet. So please give me your assent. My excellent experience will not be displayed. So he kept pleading for the guru's assent.
这就给Rechumba了，多话讲，他嘛去玩子，那边冲着蛮怕的，才能讲的种说。秋头什么就来讲嘛的，这穷头节插花就没可我才给可完了，就穷头节特别没钱呢，三头节都没几节，像我朋友路多吧呢，大把开起来蛮多节，让这块在种没几嘛，对么都讲没几节，他们说穷没些，应哪怕就没几节，就什么东路没些呗，头穷过我没过去，做那别路没些，没弄了还不加没几节，先把那呢马路，但是那有些没几节，或者那家没大，我做某些没几节。那面我头马脚呢，用大去就那马几节，解决吃下马做那面冲的马怕的，或者就马着这种马着或者就马着太多是。我谈多对呢，在说年头面呢，我弄到去看，看的是啥送，这说要不我买的是，他多学那种多，年头他的买起话是就是多学是。
And so then Milarepa sang the song of realization, and he said that there is no point in pretending to have various experiences and realizations. So it's better to not go and to just stay here. So just don't leave and stay here.
现在从现在学普遍，这咱们每年那几讲中呢，俺有大呢，就为什么从文那几有讲那呢？我们就嘛在为别干那嘛，说他人做这期间，从那热情干成呢，我去不，上是香港文言之呢，研究去当嘛呢，就别这样子，先去就没事。 tene da rechung tano shua puri ste pudu da jesu ki manya na da nge chana tang go se jidang chin nge yon da so ga ma tang zi la pyo se te la ta tang go zi de dan ro da chi la re de rechung be ga chen ngu ro chi re se de xiang ma ka xie ze rechung de nyam tu ni be jia zu chi nian ju da ma zu na ten zhi qi re song duo
And so then, anyways, Rechumba continued to insist and request Milarepa. And so then finally Milarepa said, I swore to the benefactors that I would not send you to central Tibet, but you won't listen to what I say, and you still insist on going. And so since promises are like dreams and illusions, it's okay for me to give you permission. So then he granted Rechumba permission, and Rechumba was so ecstatic that he nearly wept. And then for several nights, Rechumba and the Guru stayed together, and Rechumba received the teachings of the whispered lineage, and also he having written all of this in some like pictures, some text, he had nothing else to prepare, and it was time for him to leave.
真的Rechung nasa zor chaba susum hame arura de jabla gora nyenju ke yom chekong de kone jisu ke chenap shuru chimbe jisu ke tola Rechung de yuren don robe ta yin chi mi je sam de jitong chin kar pep jisu chen ne ta choron rolo chedan ro sam rolo yang de pusos wa ta jisu Rechung rego to so kong de becha ti ki ta yang de ndu chin de tan ro sam jisu kun du son res wa ta jisu ke ta Rechung ne 유른 보냐 디데 다지마 투김 제시삼데 지수 팔레 지레스 지네 다 저랑 칸루로 진스 다다 슈레스 종레스 종도 좀 고스나도
And so then he only wore a single white cloth, and he had his some of his texts, and he left. He was ready to go. And then Jetsun Milarepa thought, Rechumba has accompanied me for a long time, and I don't know if we will meet again. So Milarepa accompanied him for some distance. And then at the end, Milarepa said, in what manner will you go? And then Rechumba offered this song of his manner of going.
다 탑조 다바 배향나 나동 surkan rempin da sin chamlan bepin do nyumi lam to long shin do daba xian yang ma ma jo tamcho gomba beyang de se meto de se surkan rempin do ji qinggu chamlan bepin do nam to no wo se lam to long shin yo gomba xian jiang ma ma jo tamcho jo ba beyang do yo surkan rempin yo to jo bepin 토종 참란 배신 재미 남도 농신 조바 현양 마음죠 담주 담주 담세 배현 남다 수르간 잼신도 요즘 참란 배신 좀 선미 남도 농신도 담세 현양 마음죠 담주 리베 배현나 흔럽 수르간 잼신 레동 참란 배신 고게 남도 농신 리베 현양 마음 지수 마르바 배현나 년주 수르간 잼신 다신 참란 배신 남도 담아 남도 농신 추 남제 현양 마음죠 남아마라 배현나 니루 수르간 잼신 좀 도서 레론 참란 배신 좀 존주 남도 농신 존주 현양 마음죠 나랑 매래 좀 배현나 간대 수르간 잼신 도서 참란 배신 좀 무의 남도 농신 손대 현양 마음죠 와 근데 다 양대 더 되는 Rechung 다 고난 냠내서 소가 많이 치도 와 냠내서 준트 좀 와 지금 초지 그래서 만들어 치네 냠내서 좀도 로지 스타는 거를 통다 좀 드리도
And so then the meaning of the song, of Rechumba song, is that I'm going, my way of going will be without distraction and without mixing my mind with the 8 worldly concerns.
学习边着陆类穷着陆些或穷都是拉不马咋的呢几切光啊没出了就那多了公前冲突可是没办法公前那没冲突可是明年周完都被他也去了这边没多去了说吧军托皮总是我这种想的
And so then Milarepa said, your manner of going is excellent. Now I tell you, if a child stays by his mother's side, he grows up well. If an egg is warmed by the hen's heat, it will easily come to hatch. If meditators stay with their gurus, then they will not deviate. Although you're leaving without heeding what I say, I will never forsake my love for you, and you should continually supplicate me.
Tene Rechumba Jianchap Sikan Jitsu Sanje Mokin to Kechi Batang, Jitsu Le Sami, Tatong Jitsu Le Sanje Mato part to Jitsu Le Sami, Dechi Fado going to Japtan Jima Xue Lodon on the Pusos.
President Rechumba wept with tears and said, I always see the Jetsun as the Buddha in person, and previously I have never put my hopes in anyone but the Jetsun. Still now, until attaining Buddhahood myself, I place my hopes in no one but the Jetsun. After this life in the Bardo tomb, please be my refuge and guide. And then he offered this melody.
That's it. Lama Sanji companion, Dare Chumbala, Jimanzo, Dava, Natava, Lalan Rosam, Taxi Gunsa, Mamat, Chori Chapa, Gobat, Suzi La Don Chebatan, Yanda Zopes, Sala, Machiva, Hula Jimanzo, Rinpoche, Zisa Dorjee, Juveco, Bombes, Lala Rosam, Chingu, Gunsa, Mamata, Mixi, Santam Tambata, Namto. Logo Tovat, Jimmy Roger Tana Machiva, Hula Jimanzo, Rinpoche, Jigsa Dorjee, Juveco, Jobian Changla, Zamban, Shemba, Royu Raymata, Suchu, Chando, Sunchu, Santan Tobat, Tochu Chapa, Gobat, Chungyung Kimi, Changla, Machiv, Hula Jimanzo, Rinpoche, Jigsa Dorjee, Juveco, Tamse Sankar, Zepa, Zesamba, Tobe. Tope Koja Chumata, Nimbo, Joshi Mabata, Woko, Rijo Chebata, Jimmy, Tapio, Wabia, Mankorpa, Hula, Jimanzo, Rinpoche, Jigsa Roche, Juveco, Jivu Suji, Lan Sambane, Kunde Shuta, Remata, Yangan, Santa Tambata, Redo Chapa, Gobata, Guji, Zonji, Champ, Matthew, Hula, Jimanzo, Rinpoche, Jigsa Roche, Juveco, Rechumba come Drabata, Julu Jendo Dobata, Photo Take Chonwa, Chambe Chapa Gobata, who Maya Chong to Machiva, Jimanzo, Rinpoche, Jigsa Dorjee, Juveco. Jetan Dagom Joseph, Tesokan La Fachi, the Mambo, Teso Sama Tuji Siro cheese, or Teso Fachi Zia, Teso Chiro cheese, static Sorvano, Tatando.
And so then in this song, Rechumba supplicates Milarepa, and so he sings a song supplicating Milarepa to dispel all obstacles and to look after him with compassion, to accomplish the practices of the view, meditation, and the conduct.
The chief in it, she so then to Androvala, Jimanzi, Sore, Gonda Sonso, Najuba Sambo, Kani, but Juba, Manga Juba, Juba Dorchen, Chanjan, Juba Sambo, Dashi, Ola Rechumba, Dashi, Lama Kanis, Langamanga, Lama Sanama Mango, Nami, Lama Sambo, Dashi, Rechumba, Dashi, Tamju Kani, Sedan, Tamju Manga, Tamju Chaza, Chimbo, Tamju Tia, Dashi, Rechumba, Dashi, Yedam Kani said, Yedam Manga, Yedam Dorjee, Pamo, Yedam Sambo, Dashi. Rechumba, Dashi, Chuchon Kani, Chuchon Manga, Chuchon Mango, Jamde, Chuchon Sambo, Dashi, Hola Rechumba, Dashi, Dava Gomba, Juba, Rechumba, Dashi, Shitan Namtan, Jibus, Rechumba, Dashi, Zatan Lontan, Tiles, Rechumba, Dashi, Ledan Zetan, Meto, Rechumba, Dashi, Sanje Dena, Chujan Den, taking Gendu Denbai, Dashi Major, Denbara Show, Naran Juba, Naran Kani said, Milarepa. Naram Milarepa, Milarepa, Hulago, Paletabe, Jahi shows. What a Jahi Jolore Chong Yande, Milarepa, last as only Jahi Silver. What can do Jahi studied on Doring for the Dondoa?
Then Milarepa sang a song of auspiciousness, and so in brief he says, may the sons, may your auspiciousness exceed even that of his father.
Tene Dachi Song the Xian Dama, Xian Shedamlas, Ula, Sonduchi Chimohela, Jubando, Beti, Lamata, Yamna Maji, was songs, what Maloshana.
And so then Milarepa gave further advice. When you arrive in central Tibet, a bitch will grab you by the leg. When that happens, do not forget the guru or your practice.
어제랑 레총 트리 카르세나 레총마 다부를 손레 되네 라마 로동 야고 총레 가담 차사 카게 송 가담 게게 카게 레총 로마 트리 차 어트리 치요레 트리 다 라마 페보세제 요사레 대차자 치모 마 나도 페볼 레 네발 레데 라마 제 요사레 어때 레총 담아 나로제도 담아 나로제 부가 거제도 샤테 부가 거제 레총 바 로마자 손레 야농 뜻에 손을 야농 주더라 손도 야농 세사자와 야농 주에 손도 때네 야농 들이라 마찬 첨보다 저번다들인도 저번 저번에 컴베고 들에 손 너무 잡도 때네 저번에 나딘도 인두티 레총 하치 차리 때 저번 부모한테 레총 나마디 다 레총 들어 막 관다 디리 때 레총 들어 막 관다 다 지금 레총 야터리 다다 디디 달라마 담아티 마지지 Tera yuren stat yurdi shingbo di wasare. Shanima zaita zhangbo de tendu mariman wata zhangbo de tendu jisu dakwa de rechung nga ze di sayang tuya de rozo tendu lamdo. Shanima zai rechung tesa matsang gengo ni la. Yu chenpo je wa de rechung phundo wa. De phudu tene Rambo so tele yutanga de ro chi de rechung ti no wa de rechung ti de de rechung ki jam de la cham dem la be dem wa de la cham dem se ti ke da ni ma de ko na so long ba de ze ba chi de chen bo ji dang xiu sa wan wa ti gang la de yut mo ran ze ji hong de zang re ba chen bo chi re wa de re ba chen bo chi de ne rechung ti yo ma de ni ma de mo yutanga ze ya ro chi je de 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 mo de ran gan zhuo ji 등강년치나 게 처음 토를 개자만 못 차사 인스 그 지나라 변 레중도 변 제워도 동바팅 제워 년지 워서라 지나 제파 포제 나는 시랑 제서 말했어 어때 지나라 로스라 레중 당한 적메스 어때 요때는 게 정보디 차 인제라래 그 뭐시라 가요 말이 그 마가 제공도 인다션 뒷나 뭐배 컨트롤 사 레중 주파시 대 동리 모디스 그 동두들 레중 다 제레고테다 코나 빼자티 키디 레중 로레 어떤 로 손도 되네 그 저로서 이렇게 레중등 라마 사지 모스라고 인스 보모디 레중라 나라레스 마라나 다 전화 소동지 제라레 저들 나비테네
가르마나
코랑 보모 소동지 제 레중 마라나 레중 로스로와
되네
레중 다
본도타라
레중 로 손도 보모디 다 레중 인추바디 쇼 다 레중 로스 이제 라마 코랑 바바다 큐레 자 바바디 전화 레중 라마 사지 모스 인스 레중 라나라레스 마라나 게 전화 소동지 제레 텔라디
그냥 라나 되는 게 그냥 쓰기네
레중 라나 징레스 마라나 전화 소동지 레중 탄 로사르와 어때 라디테네 뭐 레중 제 손, 레중 라요 말이. 들이 야ር 손도 되네. 다 저거티 페제다 뭐 보모 소동 동도 라레. 된 넘버도 지네 야고 말이 스테. 어때 지네 야고 말이 스테 지리 사 선인나라. 스레다나 텔레. 아디당 되게 선인 가서 컴베고스 탐보레 손나. 대지당 되게 제라. 뭐랑 뭐랑도 다. 선인 가서 컴베고 나라 포랑고 여라 포랑 여라 티크 고라 무슬레 손나 탐보 어때 보면 지동 제라 다 소이나 야보 말해 제라
봄데 파티 거라 미솔라나
탐보 슬레나 쇼기
탐보 솔라나
데 보면 되고 몰람다 자다 선인 뭐 추포라고 제레 쇼사 뭐 몰람 자카치 티브나 제니 나사 자데 야디리 뭐 코티세 근데 뭐 다른 정권이 탐색인들이 있어서 뒤진도와 샤트레 제일때 다다디 제일다 제만 레종 양자 말 의를 손도 드네 뭐랑 토리 뭐랑 야파지들 뭐 냠냐 야고 차베 메시 좁dom로 차시 제일 레종로 마모랑 대대디 센터에서 강인티 다 레종자 제 장본다서 말아를 그 주안서와 The Rechung Taramaqua did not Yamna Yosa Marwasha, Milarepa, the Rechunga, say that Chuba top of Yatik. That's not Undoya two so hard means that that's the Mambo Laura, short what it.
So Rechumba left, right? He went to central Tibet, and also on his way he did actually benefit beings. And for example, some of Kadampa Geshes that he met, they converted to become his disciples. And so then he went to Nepal. Now there was a Nepali Lama from whom he requested teachings of Mahamudra. And so for that, he needed something to offer. And so Rechumba went out to beg for alms. And he came to a place called Yalung. And in that place, there was a very rich family, actually was a royal family, a king's family. And so he begged for alms there, and the king was actually sick, and Milarepa blessed him, and he was healed. And as a gratitude, the king then offered him his daughter as a wife. So then Rechumba actually stayed around to become that daughter's husband, her partner. So they stayed together and actually stayed for quite a long time. And so then he stayed for a longer time, and so he and so then he went out one day, and there was a beggar who constantly asked Rechumba for something, for food and so on. And so what Rechumba had was a large turquoise stone that he had received from that family, and he gave that to the beggar. And because the beggar kept saying, "Please give me that, give me a turquoise." And so the beggar insisted. And then eventually Rechumba gave him the turquoise. And he received the turquoise himself as he was going around begging for alms before. So he gave this precious turquoise to the beggar. And so then his wife, Demo. Demo. So her name was Demo. And so there was the Demo requested that turquoise. She wanted to have the turquoise because there was a celebration going on, very important celebration in town. She really wanted to adorn herself with the turquoise. And Rechumba wouldn't give it to her. Obviously, he didn't have it anymore. And then she said, "Just borrow it to me. I will give it back to you. I just want to have it for these festivities. But then, and if you give it to me, then I will give you, you become very famous, and I will give you a son that's even more beautiful than you." And so Rechumba apparently was very attractive. But anyways, he had already given the turquoise to the beggar, so he told her he doesn't have the turquoise anymore. He gave it to a beggar, and she was very unhappy about that, and she got very angry, and she actually hit him a few times. And after she had hit him, Rechumba has had enough, so he took his text and he left. And so then the girl went to the king, and he told him what happened. And the king said, "Well, this Rechumba is really a great guru, like the Buddha. You have to get him back. And if you don't get him back, I will kill you." So she really had to get him back. So she tried to find him, but she couldn't find him. She couldn't get him back. And meanwhile, the king was thinking, well, it would not look very good if I would kill my own daughter. So what can I do? So then he decided that tomorrow morning, whoever arrives at the palace gates the first, I will give her to that person. And so he told her that, and she made many prayers. May a very rich person appear at the gates early in the morning. But then who appeared was actually a leper, a person with leprosy. And so then the king gave her to the leper. And so that was also because her Samaya with Rechumba was a little damaged. And so meanwhile, Rechumba had already left to central Tibet, but then later actually they met again, and she confessed to him and actually became a great practitioner and also an accomplished siddha. And actually this beggar that the Rechumba gave the turquoise to was an emanation of Milarepa. And Milarepa knew that if Rechumba would stay as that woman's husband, he would not practice again. And Milarepa wanted him to attain liberation. And that is also something he knew from the very beginning when he told him it's not your time to go to central Tibet. Awesome.
tene ta jisu te hyo be jisu re chung cha tang korwa chin de jisu gongpa da chime mata wa ter madina ko maga samne ta je to hyo be chime mata ba sum jisu ko chime mata ban ro ba de lama thang che ro lo sa je ba chola je ba nam sang xin ro ba yin gong ne long tu je song cha sing gen de re pa du ne re chung ba la nyam si sin ko de song so wa tene ta re chung da par ji de re chung pan ro re ta jisu me re chung so chi de chime 있는 루다거리 마티 대중아 대마디나 야보는 게 말해서 그래서 좀 지수 효들이 효들이 레종 chime 마타 된 로세스 다 양만 탐색 시 효신의 양나 고자 냠내서 상와 지동 로자는 카리나 하고야 아무도 zan데 레 지수마다 레종 오타라 손디터 레파 드르디터 된 거스 안레스
And then so then coming back to the song here, and so then Milarepa thought he will turn to look back at me, so I will stay here until he does, otherwise he will be sad. And then Milarepa stood there for some time, but Rechumba did actually not look back, and Milarepa thought he goes without looking back at all. Have wrong thoughts about the guru or Dharma brothers arisen in him? He is someone who can follow the Dharma and the lineage and keep it secret. And so then Milarepa bound his prana once and went ahead of Rechumba. And then now he was in front of a rock and he emanated the forms of 7 repas.
就拉美种人把种人就把水因拉玛康美波水因亚美康就把水因拉玛康光巴康因光巴康其人的几个这帮人做吧康顿做吧松些水也松些种康顿做吧就做吧做路其他做些种我他就把卡的因拉玛水因就卡然做这些我他听多人把对有拉提克也就去做吧 他像주바 라마 주베 라마 수인 거완 저지 세트루 노 게샤 팅도 다시 레파도 요아틱
And so then Milarepa so together actually they sang a song of realization in a single voice, and so those repas, and so he said, for example, who is your lineage, and where are you going?
现在从别的准备给做工了，现在这把我这个没用，没了这把没用，技术去主办营养的恰不是我的，这把用到要么都技术主办营上可能恰起来也是。但呢，那么技术年中的，没我让所以现在我让这穷多少，那么没了这把，没不忙我那你要么得了学生也，那么看着看上也都就把都坚强的，光把那去看的，人的。 本来所干长的时间今晚，主要为就确实松懈了嘛，就从台当主要就学是我的，我的可能那么的没来的话，因是的没办法，但我那边要么得了，这个因是那么能看着那么就就把都这样强的在，这公司那来起因是我的，可能是穷因是我的，但是种怕人家不到他，强起的。 And so
then and so then Rechumba thought that these so Rechumba thought that these must be emanations of Milarepa, and therefore he offered prostrations, and then he sang a song of realization on his manner of going. So he responded to those questions. My guru is Milarepa, and my ancestors are Tilopa and Naropa. My key instructions are those of the Dakinis whispered lineage. My lineage comes from great Vajradhara. My meditation is of Lapchi, and so forth. So he explained his manner of going, and I'm going in the direction of
대단하다 다 간도 해 주빌 두바 공원스 된데 저 치매다 송마 되게 냠시 도마이 담세라 좀도 다저 담세 장만도 배 느리미번 우송제 좀 레총 조신 지수 협 지보다는 모남담에 우송스 와든 지수케다 전화 담세 주가 저 얘기네 다 담세 좀도 다 송지도 지수 레총 지수 협 지보다는 데 모남다 다스 울렌도스레스
And so then Milarepa resolved all these emanations, and he said that I came to test you. There is no fault with your Samaya. Your Samaya, our Samaya is pure, and therefore you can now go to central Tibet.
Tena Jetsu trouble to pepper, Yamana, Narsi, Yanko corner, Humbe, Rechumba, Rechumbu, not trouble to be Jetsu tron to Jetsu la Shondo, Yamana, Jetsu la Naran Abbey, Majing, Talanga, Jilla Ashus, that is Lomat, Auntie Yamana, there's a Lomatasuk, the Yankon Puchis, Yamana, Yiki Lefres, Rechumba Hakon, Trouble, they not pabe, the Jetsu Shosho, Terra Sondi. Dissuasion you go along, Motenanga along with a carrier, that is.
So then he left, Rechumba left to central Tibet, and Milarepa went back to the Valley Cave. And the same students from before came bringing him many things of offerings. And so Milarepa, so they realized that Rechumba was not there. And so they came to Milarepa, who was sitting in the open area around the cave. And the student said, so Jetsun, previously you did not get up very early. So why have you gotten up so early today?
Tene Jitsu Hiena, Rechung Usundova, Jitong Chiba, Yaleb, Jovian Chichuman, there Dibani, Conan, Rechung Usumba, Jitsu Hormasa Sans, Jitsu Nesho Dabjam, Masin, Dedabs, what Rechuma Usundro Stis, Sepatiman, Simba Jovek Yamson, and the Hines. They consult Jitsu Mando, the Lam, and best Rechung Hula. Mando and the Lula is and Tangor Lando.
And then Milarepa said, I accompanied Rechumba for a short while to see him off to go on his journey to central Tibet. Upon my return, I felt very sad. Now I've just been sitting there. And then the student said, but did you not try to dissuade him from going? Didn't you tell him not to go? And Milarepa said, I did. I tried to dissuade him like this. And then he sang this song of realization.
Hojibarji Rechung Unity, Koran Chila, Mawabja, Shanji Kala, Komene, Shokanami, Jewogi, Manu Densa, Dawogi, Yatan Loro, Pages Ame Davo, Chonkolasa, Dawogi, Nida Kola, the Kitch, Zavel Lama, Dendus, Chokanji, Jela, Retro, Compan Jumdus, Manu Dense, Jela, Nidu Dama, Gundu, Yatan Loro, Jelapen, Demo Semla, that is some demo Jelapen, Rondona, Chodus, Chonkolase, Jelapen. Teki tingeda teki china ya la jebe jangwe rechonko nyama wu chosti chi nyama so ya chine da oda rechu kum jisu maro khasi zona manya din rosti sawando din trare.
So then in this song, in brief, Milarepa says, no matter how much I tried to tell him not to go, he wouldn't listen.
Tene konso naris konso lama gunti dunyane keche ba yibi khorta tamda la manya ma konro ba chi de chong hyube jisu keche ne rechong na chi mo ta tamse mendo zong ne gon de zong sos oda rechong de ko lama lo ke du ta chaps te pe keche more rechong ko tanu shorta mando ze tes la manya bu ndo ya rechong chi mendo se konso ten la ndo te la de jisu rechong chi de mo ta tamse kan ya mendo se den gon la ndo.
And so then the student said, but at the time when the guru's body has become old, it's important for the students to stay nearby. And even though you tried to dissuade him, he wouldn't listen. It was very heedless of him to go. And Milarepa said, Rechumba does not have any Samaya related to shame or heedlessness. And then he sang this song of realization.
Lohon Gekar Pemba Jaleka, Pargen Chitan Java Hunelu, Hutasin Java Usuti, Pargen Huachan Java Hutelu, Hutasin Java Tatan Java Usuti, Pargen Chimja Tebo Java Hutelu, Pargen Hujajar Gopon Java Usuti, Pa Jonronke Homan Java Hutelu, Hundochen Tapon Java Usuti, Pa Langen Chewon Java Hutelu, Dongchung Ravon Java Usuti, Kusu Taku Labor Usuti, Majadalan Jamba Usuti, Zon Chivu Jamba Usuti, Sawali Saba Usuti, Trizendian Hamba Usuti, or that we can draw this, that I thought that should have been on in Romances, that yet, that we should draw this.
So then in this song, there's a lot of different like how to say examples, so similes. But basically, he said, yeah, Rechumba has gone to central Tibet.
Then the Konam that Tezam told Zevi Zonchedarchis, Tarin Rovala, Wajan Yela, some say Jituke Zon the Darchis. On that Tenduchuran Seva Mona, Rechum Royal, like Nembadon Kati in the Lapsata, Zonzen, or Tendu Havres Konzuk.
So then the student said, you have so much love for him. So surely you arranged a companion to go away with him.
Kota Sambo Honeti, Henja Dala Charo, Rechum Dala Control, Namshi Dunke Dapo Hone, Rechum Kola Hone, Kotromo Shejan Coneti, Henja Kola Trodan, Rechum Kola Tradome, Tomo Mego, Parkin, Rechum by a Coneti, Resambo Shejan Sa, Se Sambo Sache, Henzi Sela, Shaman, Rechum Sela, Shaman, Zero Roncho Senate, Rechum Kosahin, Nor Sambo Shela, Chenet, Henja Nola Dracuno, Rechum Nola Dracumi, Ninjuda, in Norbota. Rechumba la Tron Justice, or that in God Don Shanayam.
And so then Milarepa said, I sent him off in this way. And then he sang a song of realization. When he left, he was accompanied by an excellent companion. Other companions come and go, but Rechumba's companions are free of coming and going. That supreme friend is self-arisen wisdom. Accompanied by him, my son Rechumba has gone. When he left, he was riding an excellent horse. Other horses lose their stride, but Rechumba's horse will never lose its stride. It is the stallion of prana and mind. Riding this, my son Rechumba has gone. When he left, he was wearing very warm clothes. With other clothes, one gets hot or cold. But Rechumba's clothes don't let him get hot or cold. That cloth is Chandali's blazing fire. Wearing this, my son Rechumba has gone. When he left, he had fine food to eat. Other foods may be delicious and sweet, but Rechumba's food isn't delicious or sweet. Samadhi has the supreme excellent taste. With this food, my son Rechumba has gone. When he left, he carried excellent wealth. Other wealth may be stolen by foes, but Rechumba's wealth can't be stolen by foes. The wish-fulfilling jewel of the whispered lineage, accompanied by this, my son Rechumba has gone to U.
Then to Junsi Jove Nyamchi, Yamanamla, Sunday Mibada is, Jisu Tule Menziva, Tadon Repa Shiba, Seve Repalas or Trapona, Chelsea Mambo Ran, Yubalashus. Or then these two Jove Nyam, Chendos, Conto Lomato, that Simche Mibanda Mochin, that is Simche Magic, Taron Repa Shiva, Wonder, Seven Repalas or Mambo to us. That's Simche Goma is loudest.
And so then Milarepa was a little sad, and the students said, so don't worry about this guru. Even though he's gone, you still have us. You still have Repa Shiva and Sepen Repa, and we can all attend you here.
Jetsun ke Repa Mang de Rechumba Gong Nyama Mang de Seba Jen Yong Zon Gorn de Song Sos.
And so then Milarepa replied, yes, there are many other Repas, but few like Rechumba. Though there are many students, very few truly have faith. And then he sang this song of realization.
Kuntang Nye Chung Repa Tang, Jenong Nye Zong Zhong Deva, Docha Seven Repa Tang, Tamang Dragon Lingpa, Wen Yin Tang Jabe Hu Yin, La Chung Zhou Sem Jie, Selma, Rechung Chenbe Semba, Tseng Tani Dabe, Davat, Mei Dawa Che Jiang, Katan is Song Zi Ying Wan, Bong Wan, Sem Zi Jie Gombe, Mered, Lo Ya Ji Mi Be Gomba, Mei Gomba Che Jiang, Xinei, Xila Song Tun Zerba, Jiansu, Sem Ni Tun Nove, Merenyo, Lo Ni Sem Chobe, Jobat, Mei Joba Che Jiang, Zerba, Chu Ji Xin Jie, Nongba, Long Taro Tongba, Mere, Wako Tang Ju Me, Tam Tsek, Mei Tam Tsek Chi Jiang, Soho, Kianang Tam Jia, Manyam, Ransen Bang Tun Jobe, Merenyo, Dobe Dongwan, Chi, Dribut, Main Dribut Chi Jiang, Wakorin, Chuni Toru Tobala, Lamna Simbe, Merenyo, Hyolo Tama, Samon, Sabzan Jang, Xinji, Khaza Ning Chiba, Chu Juba Dembe, Meren, Sede Jame, Lopon, Menki, Lopon Chi Jiang, Renoi, Khaza, Son Do Chung Chungwan, Sende Lama, Deme, Mere, Make Simjan Mohu, May Simjan Chibe, Mohu, May Mohu Chi Jiang, Tarjan, Lenga Daksen, Chiban, the Domi Sumdan Merenyo, Chongta Gonchung Chamo, May Gomba Chi Jiang, Chongyun, Khaza So Yingma, Chiba, Nerechung Demba, Mere, Gadam Zuchung Zando, May Zuba Chi Jiang, Lujorin, Khaza So Ning Ru Chungman, Duchim, Nare Sume, Mere, Nanang Yama, Chungo, May Yonda Chi Jiang, Doluyi, Chuhami So Ningza, Chungwala, Yankor Jintong, Maji, Chime, Mere, Jengona Teba, Kalayo, Chunyamanzo, Teba, Domnayo, Najor Taba, Yang, Pamorki, Chipi, Pamo Gebe, Chikwacha, Zanja Gebe, Yanmachi, Jongshin Gebe, Jalosi, Rechu Gebe, Chukinsi, Najor Gebe, Nyamto, Nyama Gebe, Tebaye, Nyama Maja Dana, Donsomchi, Nyama Nesu Dana, Long Tampe, Nyama Fagan Dana, Hilo Jong, Chiso Nyama Drona, Drora and Sime, Chineti, Mag Chapo Ordin, Margaret Chapo Ordin, Chicheso, Chive teaching the Margonso Balan teaching the Chanso, Hamo teaching the Shaso Charo Toshindo, Ronan Simba Cha, Chinyamaso, Jinto Devason, Newton Juve, Monandes. Or Tene Tachidan, that's it. Dordun Yamna that say Yamna Chishuna, Yamna Yabo Tenruchi to me and that Tenru Yo Mare Star. Or the Teba send you let into your Mare Star Tonda setting Dot Ringbo. What I tend to read the host or Tansei in a Tansei seat on them but into your Mares. Or Tenru Zondot in a man, China to Tandro and those. Rechumba to Be Shoro. What is so in Zamba to Zizik. My daughter knows Martha to Marinjo knows my Barbary Regan Saro. Then chances so far to door and those chan at pin those. Shot to Charot to Sadi those and drawing Joboson. Mazona central those. Or the Jimaji Monavio, Saison do.
And so this is quite a long song, but so Milarepa says, so basically what is there is no one really who practices, who is able to practice in a really authentic way, and there's no one with real devotion, and there's no one who has a perfect Samaya. And so then he says, so it's better if you go now, and so he because he had this like offering that he had from Rechumba, and so he said it's time for you to go now. Buried in a brass vessel in the cave below, the tsamba and the butter nibbled by mice, and the butter has spilled over and is rolling around. The beer has been turned over by a fox, and the meat is being eaten by the crows. Go on ahead quickly now. So.
Oh, there's on the Yama Pin to make Joshi to the Kajim in the Jesons. They control more so on the Chimandros, this a consul.
And so then this group of students was all wide-eyed, and when they left, they felt ashamed.
then Jetsun song badar Konam. That Tebatan, Jobaji, Tapu, Jen, Tamana, Jetsu, the Puni, Dachanam, Meta Jula Jivin, Gorma, his own use, or that he the Jetsu song, the hard and this, this is put it. In a Meta Julia, Damana, what he is curious.
So then they felt them regret, and they offered the leftover to the Jetsun, and they said, please sing us a song of impermanence. And the Milarepa sang this song of realization.
Niankor maje ne gor de song so da niankor so maje di ta gor de song res nyong da nya na sen na je tam nya ra do be sok sok de sen de ji cho jam ne la len so re be len so do be jin ba ye ji rang do bu ba se la na po yo ba me san do song ko Rechumba de chung ken do rang so po zhu ni xian ming do le chung le yang to qiu zong rang qian do wang ko mo song xin de ye qian ha jo ba me chu yan do ye ge long mi de nga jian do cha dang xie sa ye no ma ta no bo go bo go no so do song song la qi ba yin de ye ge lo dong zhuo ba me ji pu me so yin la ge de go me ji ji la ji wo me su jiu na yi ba qie da ji le lan de ye tar ba to ba me xie ye de be lu ren de nyam me to dam ten da do o da ting go ma dong xiang na yang da.
And then this song, listen here, you miserly students, to accumulate merit for the sake of renown, going for refuge to protect from the fears of this life, giving things in hopes of returns, making offerings for your own self-interests, these 4 things won't last in the future. To hold Gana chakras for the sake of nice food, being expert in Dharma to make a name for yourself, distracting your mind with mundane songs and chatter, bestowing abhishekas to show your own greatness. These 4 will not let the blessings enter. Teaching the Dharma without the backing of scripture, having pride while relishing prostrations and respect. Deception by accepting just anyone without examination. Teaching in order to get wealth and riches. These 4 won't accomplish the benefit of beings. Not staying alone and preferring distractions, unable to bear hardship and delighting in pleasantries, just wanting to chat when put to meditation, having great skill in engaging worldly affairs. With these 4, you will not attain liberation. This melody of these 4 sets of 4 students commit to practicing these.
Oh, he zong se ten Drupon Rinpoche shongor niankor xie sa Drupon Rinpoche ro ze konso nyam tse shu tu te xie res tarong chu re zong wa xue shu be ke jitsu ken gon de zong sos.
And then Rinpoche interceded, and when Milarepa accepted his respect and service, he requested Milarepa to teach the Dharma further. And then the Jetsun sang this song of realization.
我参那里嘛，这是我参出来，也给长松村里的康下的我们些，都是这块，这我你们就吃面，我们在马个这大是的，让什么是吧？没些现在长多是那些两眼望去这空间，这把人没都空间，啥我是张没些原本出来贵重起，所说忙些，其中着年嘛这种个，就说没些，说全部热怕不些建议说从，咱这么这种忙没那么说来不些种的，过来特别。 恰忙是真的，起码从咱的基础大的学吧学，学堂特别开，年课不有协作不有设备基础现在俺的有人没都，现在厕所了，把几米把咱这些群体去忙那么的，我真的工作特别接的没去点，真的基础有人不学着听，俺做学堂特别开，俺协作不进是哪回事？这基础去，当俺有人不那来家这个嘛的，在前上做厕所把几米把的，这些也忙那的比种多。
And so then this is the song, the sages above who have long life, since they don't know the essence of all that arises, take spontaneously arisen awareness as a foe, and love to be absorbed in thoughtless meditation. The lonely predators that dwell below, not knowing how to mix their minds, have jealousy and avarice toward all other beings. By the power of bad karma, they endure hunger and thirst. In this world, the middle when poor humans groan in misery, not knowing that a treasure lies beneath the earth, they cheat and steal from neighbors and friends. With such lies and deceit, they make more misery for themselves. The students of Nyanang, who are like monkeys, don't wish to gain merit by way of the Jetsun, but gain merit by giving to handsome rebels. But offering to these rebels just made you embarrassed. Now don't give to deceiving demonesses, but gather merit by offering to goddesses. So, thus he sang, and they all gave rise to faith, making many prostrations and shedding tears. And they said to Milarepa, Jetsun, please remain in this place. We will offer our respect and service in accord with the Dharma. And Milarepa replied, I will not stay here for long, I will go. May you students be without obstacles to your health. I make this auspicious aspiration that we meet again in conditions conducive to the Dharma. And then he sang this song of realization.
공공치 공감 대발쇼 년다에 거튼도 효마 장고리 슈바이 공공치 디제 마뎁초 년다에 장 사예 마종조 현양 예베 모남데 자시 총도 예바 모남데 토라 양베 작도제 텔란 거베 철고니 투손 내감 데바이 텔라 예 작도치 공감 대발 자자링이 남방 조선도 효마 매장 고리 슈바이 작도치 작도치 토제 마해바 자자링이 예데 마종바 제 양양제베 모남데 자시 총도 모남데 마게 장제 흉린 텔란 거베 냐모 투손 데베 투손 갑진 데바이 예유다 장제치 공감 제대에서 냐모미 관계 차반 쇼마 고레 슈발라 장제치 장 마종와 냐모미 장 돌아 마성 시양 제베 모남데 자시 총도 모남데 도마나게 메토 할로제 대상 거베 홍화 사이단이 뒤투 내가 데르바 예유자 메토지 공감 제대에서 홍화의 관계 메토 쇼마의 고레 슈발라 메토지 장 세베 마체르 홍화의 장 제에 마초바 시양 제베 모남 자시 총도 제베 모남데 유냐나 냐마 텐주장제 텔란 거를 내ጆ 메타니 뒤투 제베 내가 제베 예유자 냐마지 공감 대바쇼 내조가 년사를 총점 쇼매장 고레 슈발라 진야마소 대종 미바 내조가 냠통 페르반데 신양양 제베 모남데 저시 총도 모남데 와타 지수케 양대 장가랑소 지만 좀야 모남 지나소 공감 대고 용야 당가소 참마 대고 용야 지마 당가소 투야 해봐요 슬람도 뭐하다
Then in this next song, Milarepa makes an aspiration. He says, maybe meet again in the future. And until then, may you be well and happy and maybe meet again.
Then Yamanam, Jitsuki Chatin Dawanga Chons, Henya, Yam Teba Badu, Mibajin, Songs, then the Rechumba Usupede, Chayu Gadam Kachasa, Chon, Kimbo Midro Lago, Lacham Tanjiba, Jitsu to get the Larian. Jetsu lame chung to pepe harki loju nam rechung rang ke nam tan zero rechung ku yu koros ta ma lo shan ya ta rest training sen samni
some of the students were very pleased and became his disciples. The others gave rise to boundless faith and went their own way. When Rechumba arrived in Yu, after going to a Kadamba monastery in Chayul, he was appointed a Kempo at Mindroling Monastery. There he met a woman, but through the compassion of the Jetsun, he had shame and returned to his guru's side. This story is told in detail in Rechumba's biography. This is the cycle of Rechumba's departure for central Tibet.
Ina.
Plaza?
Kala sonchiran kembo mindro la go sete. Rebe. Mindro gomba la go mara mindro len gomba.
Mati yigelon. Mindroling monastery.
Mare se mindro go sete.
Mindroling monastery.
Mindro len mare. Mindro len gomba sete yoje mare. Se kembo mindro la go sete. Mami mi ba tiba. Wa. Chorwa chiba.
So there seems to be a translation mistake here. There is no Mindroling monastery. I mean, there is one now, but Actually, so nowadays, obviously, there's a Mindroling monastery, but at that time there was no Mindroling monastery. But Mindrol means ripening and liberating. So he became a campo in this Kadampa monastery in Jayur, and he became one who would ripen and liberate others.
Mindroling
monastery actually appeared only after Drikung Kagyu appeared, and obviously Rechumba was alive way before Drikung Kagyu appeared.
Yeah, then that is maybe dedication is Lord Jetsun.
Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, rude, and lineage lamas, divine assembly of Ida, assembly of Buddha, Bodhisattva, Yogi, Yogini, and Dakini, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtue collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and nirvana, and the innate root of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth of Shiravaka or Pratika Buddha. May all my sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Maras, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mind as such, and the pervading clarity of Dhammata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the battle.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Good night. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Teacher.
지난 칸바 야본도 왜? 미카서 트윈 내자. 야, 단지
다른 말에 칸바.
사려 말해.
야. 다른 면도.
아야.
그다 건지양 파체 가시도.
야야, 진짜 내가 또 유튜브 나. 야야, 두개치. Thank you.